What's going on YouTube? Daybreak748 coming back at you guys with yet again another discussion video. Today we're going to be talking about the newly released line of figures by S.H.Figuarts, and it is none other than, yep, you see it right in front of you here guys, it is the Street Fighter V lineup. Now guys, as soon as I saw prototype pictures of these pop up on the internet and showcased throughout all those different conventions, and then finally I was able to play with the actual figures at the Tamashii Nations World Tour held in New York City, I knew I had to pick up my very own copies, and sure enough, I did. And these are freaking amazing figures, and I am just head over heels have fallen in love with this freaking lineup. Now with that said, let's talk about the history of Street Fighter figures as a whole. You ready? So for you newer collectors out there, you're probably too young or just don't know about a line called Sota Street Fighter figures. Now this Sota company, they released Street Fighter figures and they did an amazing job with it. And even till this day, a lot of people think that that was the definitive Street Fighter line of figures. Why? Because they released literally almost every single character, if not all the characters. They released multiple different color variations of the characters, and it was just crazy. Now unfortunately that line kind of died, and ever since then I feel like all the other companies that that tried to tackle on this Street Fighter line, they failed. For example, PlayArts Kai, if you were with me or if you've been subscribed to this channel since the beginning, you guys know I was a huge fan of PlayArts Kai, the Street Fighter line, and those were actually some of the figures that really got me into figure collecting. I loved their posability, I loved just the bulkiness, the heft to them, and the size was on the scale that I actually liked at the time, and it was amazing. But after a while, it just kind of stopped, and it's because PlayArts Kai started jacking up the price, and the quality was crap, and yeah, it stopped selling. And so they just kind of dropped the line and was like, whatever. NECA also came along and they tried to release their versions of these characters, and they were pretty cool looking figures too. But once again, there's this stigma with the Street Fighter lineup, and it just doesn't stick around. And that is the one major concern that I have with this particular franchise. Will the S.H.Figuarts line of Street Fighter figures continue to be popular and continue to pump out more and more different characters? If you know me, you know that I am a completist in the sense that I want not just the main characters, but I want as many characters as possible, and I'm really hoping that the S.H.Figuarts line will do that. Now we know from Tamashii Nations World Tour that was held in New York once again, and all these other conventions, and even the pre-orders have gone up for Cammy and Rashid. Now these are two excellent, well, Cammy is an excellent addition to this lineup. We got Chun-li and Ryu as wave 1. We're gonna get Cammy and Rashid for wave 2. And then everything else is up in the air. Now I was really hoping that S.H.Figuarts will release another character. Personally, I'm not sure who this character is. I am a fan of Street Fighter, but ever since having a kid, I pretty much stopped playing video games in total. So I don't know who this character is. I was really hoping that they would give us a character that we're more familiar with. Who knows? Maybe I might be completely off base here, and this guy is the face of Street Fighter these days, and maybe S.H.Figuarts knew exactly what they were doing. I really hope that's the case, because if these two sell well, I think the Ryu and Chun-li had a very, very strong, I don't know, initial push for the wave, or the line. So I'm really hoping that Cammy and Rashid will really just push it over the top and make this thing just grow. Why? Well, it's because I want to see other characters. For example, Bison. I would love to see a Ken Masters. I would love to see a Dalsum. I mean, imagine the effect pieces you would get with a Dalsum. I mean, the stretchy arms. I mean, the flame effects. I mean, this guy would be freaking amazing. A character like Zangief. Now, I know Storm Collectibles, they're a newer company and they're releasing Street Fighter figures as well, and they're going crazy with this. They already released a Bison figure, a Ryu, and they're just continuously pumping out these figures, and Zangief is one of those characters that they have down the line. It's already up for pre-orders, so I really hope S.H.Figuarts will do the same. And Guile, I mean, who doesn't like Guile? I mean, he embodies America, you know? He's the American fighter, and I mean, you need him. If you have Chun-Li, if you know the movie that I'm talking about, Chun-Li and Guile, they're partners, man. You need these two together. If you don't have these two together, then that's just a fail. So, yeah, I'm really, really hoping for S.H.Figuarts to really do well here. Now, I want your thoughts as well, so please leave in the comment section down below what you think is going to happen with this line. Did you pick up Ryu and Chun-Li? And if you did, what are your thoughts on these two figures? I personally thought they were great. The joints were nice and stiff on mine, not to the point where I thought it was going to be too brittle, but I thought it was just perfect. The accessories that they included were spot on. Ryu came with his Hadouken effect piece. Chun-Li came with the multiple kicking accessory, and I thought it was a pretty awesome set of figures that they released for Wave 1. So, do you think S.H.Figuarts will continue to pump out these figures? Do you think the first two figures, Ryu and Chun-Li, sold well enough to get S.H.Figuarts to dive head in to this franchise? Will we get something like the sota line where we get all of these different characters with different player choices or player colors? I mean, that would be amazing. And this would be a line where you can see them use the different colors as like exclusives to like a New York Comic Con or San Diego Comic Con, and it would work because it wouldn't hurt the casual fan from collecting every figure or every character, but it will give those people who really love this franchise an opportunity to pick up the other player choice colors. I think that would be pretty freaking bomb. So with that said, guys, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to watch this video. Please leave in the comment section down below what your thoughts are on this particular line. Do you want this line to succeed? Do you think Storm Collectibles is better? Just leave everything down below and we can have a discussion about it. So yeah, with that said, guys, this is Daybreak 748 and I am signing out. Peace out, guys.